Okay, so we are back. Okay, so yeah, hello, welcome everybody, welcome. We're back with Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney 2, and in this trial, we're fighting Phoenix Wright. Isn't that lovely? Like in the previous games in the trilogy, we play as Phoenix and we're fighting against Edgeworth. But in this case, we're playing as Apollo fighting against Phoenix. Like, what the hell, man? What is happening in this game? Wait, what happens if I win? What happens if I win? Then Phoenix reputations cannot break, huh? Because he's on the apprentice beating. But if I lose, we're gonna lose the treasure of Kurai, and so we can't have that either. Oh boy. This is drama of epic level. Apollo Justice level. Trial day 1. Is it gonna be day 2 of trial, huh? I'm not sure. This is not a murder, so this is probably the first time in a very long while, or maybe in the first time ever in the series that the trial is not about a murder. It's about item ownership. Just so you know, I am not going to take sides. I was about to ask Tracy. She's angry. Message received loud and clear. Good, because I don't like this one bit. You and Daddy should be on the same team. Sorry, Tracy. Wow, she's really mad. I'm sorry too, little lady. This is all my fault. I'm just worried things will never be the same between Daddy and Apollo. If they go through with this. Is that all? Well, I wouldn't worry about that. That's the way it is with us, men. We may fight, but we don't burn bridges. Really? Sure. 1 minute we're trading blows, and the next we're having drinks together. What kind of shonen anime is that, huh? We're several creatures at heart. Ha 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 ha. I sure hope you're right. Sorry I'm late, Apollo. Where have you been, Athena? You weren't there in the investigation at all. Athena, there you are. What happened with you and Mr. Wright yesterday? Oh, about that. I ended up going to the wrong airport. Athena, please. I was waiting there, thinking his flight was really late, and before I knew it, I dozed off. By the time I woke up, it was already dark. I'm sorry. I figured something like that had happened. Being late and dozing off are the two things you do best. Ah, guilty as charged. So then, I take it you have no idea what today's case is about? Not a clue, sorry. What is today's case about, if I may ask? Another locked room mystery? A suspect with a flimsy alibi? Oh, or a dying message? Nah, it's not as exciting as any of those. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but no. Sorry, strike 3, you're out. It's a civil case. A civil case? You act like I'm speaking Swahili here. It's just the Right Anything Agency specializes in criminal law. Or so I thought. In civil cases, there are no prosecutors, right? Instead, both parties retain an attorney. Oh, thank you for letting us know. Because in this game, from the very first game until now, we're always fighting a prosecutor. It's never an attorney. Right, and the other attorney is someone you know very well. Really? Who? The trial will begin shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. Okay, let's do this. Apollo, wait. Who's the other attorney? And where is Mr. Wright? No time to explain. Let's go. Okay, right behind you. You'll know soon enough, Athena. You'll know. Codon number 4. No, it's codon number 6. Court is now in session. Court is now in session. Oh, look at Athena's face. Is this some sort of practice session? A mock trial, perhaps? We did that in another case, not this one. No, it's not, Your Honor. Yeah, we all being serious here, Your Honor. It's the real deal, Your Honor. So then, you two have had a falling out. I won't have you using my courtroom for that, you know. It's nothing like that, Your Honor. Exactly. It just so happens that we have different clients in this case. I see. Well, here's the hoping this has no adverse effect on your working relationship. You can say that again. I had no idea we'd be going up against the boss today. You sure this is a good idea, Apollo? What? Do you want to switch sides? Honestly, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. Well, at least she is here. I'm really going to need her help. Mr. Justice. Yes? Don't expect me to pull any punches just because you're the opposing lawyer. As I said, the kid gloves are off. And come what may, they'll stay off. What happens with Phoenix today? And yesterday? I've never seen him this serious. Same here, Mr. Wright. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Master and student fight. Oh, here we go. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Anakin Skywalker. Except we're not fighting in a volcano. Yeesh, you guys are really chomping at the bit, aren't you? I don't mind a good fight between co-workers. Just keep this case civil. Understood, we'll keep it civil. As civil as we can, yes. Now then, if the plaintiff will take the stand, we may begin. Plaintiff? He has a mic. Why does he have... Oh, his palanquin has a portable speaker. Oh my god. Noble judge, members of the gallery, good day to you. I am Paul Anderson. This is but the start of my epic campaign, and you all have the honor of witnessing it. I believe the youth of this country are our very future. Too long have they been looked down on and given the cold shoulder. So to them I say, ask not what you can. Mr. Anderson, what is that crazy contraption you're riding in? Hehehe. It's my custom-made election-winning campaign mobile. Beautiful, isn't it? You are at a witness stand, not a campaign podium. So come out of there this instant. Oh, is he gonna come out? He still has his nameplate over there. Alright, now with the plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Wright. Please explain the complaint filed against the defendant. Mr. Anderson's complaint against the defendant is simple. English. English is hard. The defendant, one Dirk Sanmadi, stole my client's family heirloom, the crystal of Amy Faye. Mr. Anderson merely seeks its return. This wouldn't have happened if that archaeologist hadn't kicked the bucket. I see. Well, Mr. Justice, let's have your opening statement, if you would. The defense asserts the item in question is the Founder's Orb, a sacred relic from Kurain. Go on. It seems someone asked an archaeologist, Dr. Archie Buff, to study the orb. Dr. Buff determined that it was a Kurainese national treasure known as the Founder's Orb. The very orb that was stolen from a treasure room in Kurain several weeks ago, exactly. I'm sure Phoenix knows about this, so why does he want the orb back? There must be something happening that we don't know. More importantly, where's Maya? Is she still in Kurain, or is she back here but we just don't know? Like she's in special mission or something? Why yes, I saw a news report about that. The theft of Kurain's national treasure caused quite an uproar in the kingdom. Well, we believe that it was not, in fact, a theft in the traditional sense, but rather that it was spirited out of Kurain by someone for Dr. Buff to study. You don't say. And around that time, an acquaintance of the defendant learned of Dr. Buff. He made contact with the doctor, who agreed to hand over the orb. Apparently, the doctor wanted nothing to do with it once he had learned it had been stolen. It seems you even have a transfer agreement between both parties. Mr. Sanmadi also agreed to return the Founder's Orb to the Kingdom of Kurain. Once the doctor verified it was the real thing. I see. So this dispute centers on whether the item in question is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Amy Faye. That in turn will determine the object's rightful owner. I better bring my A game. Going up against Mr. Wright won't be a walk in the park. Come to think of it, the name Dirk Sanmadi sounds awfully familiar. it's just your imagination, Joanna. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Turks Ahmadi. Clearly not in the news about some rebellion or something. Yeah, clearly not that. But I can't recall where I've heard it. Oh, it's probably your imagination, Joanna. He's just a tourist after all. Exactly. Mr. Samadi is just a tourist. Nothing more, nothing less. My imagination, you say? Are you sure about this, Apollo? He's a wanted criminal in Kurain, isn't he? In Kurain? Yes. Here, he's just a tourist. Oh yeah, legally he's not wrong. Very well, let's begin the proceedings. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness? We have a witness? Who's this lady? Emma? I think this is the first time we've seen Emma's shoes. We usually only see her from her waist up. Show some manners, we're in court. I know, it's just this is a civil trial, so I was surprised to see a detective take the stand. I had her do some digging on Dr. Buff. What for? You disappoint me, Apollo. First, you know I'm not just a detective. I'm a forensic scientist. Do try to remember that. Second, you owe Mr. Wright an apology. After all he's done for you, you have some nerve. First, I'm sorry. And second, I'm really just trying to do my job. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Take some advice from someone who's been there. Why do I feel like I'm on trial here? Detective Sky, your testimony, if you please. Let me have a drink first. The doctor's top secret. Oh my god, the doctor is part of an evil organization. The police have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time. And just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. What? Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that was stolen from the Fey clan. Wait, those were stolen? Since when? They weren't stolen the last time I saw them. It seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts, including steal them. As for the relic at the center of this dispute, he likely stole it from the Atherton residence. Likely? You don't have any proof of that, huh? The doctor is a thief? Why am I just hearing about this now? Well, cat burglar isn't something he would put on his resume. He was more careful than that. But the fact is, he was a classic treasure hunter. A treasure hunter, huh? Like people who have thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory? You watch too many movies. Or play too much Tomb Raider. I jumped at the Buff was the star of his own hit movie series, Athena. Out of respect for the dead, I will say that Dr. Buff wasn't doing it to get rich. Apparently, he only wanted to borrow artifacts to study them. He would then return them as soon as his research was finished. According to the doctor's child, you met the child? He would even repair or restore some of the artifacts he stole before returning them. He believed he was honoring the dead by discovering their history through artifacts. But whatever lofty ideals he held, it makes no difference. Larceny is larceny. Yes, he certainly sounds no different from a regular thief to me. So, let's say for a moment that the doctor really did moonlight in stealing artifacts. Might he not have stolen the Founder's Orb in Kurain and brought it back here himself? Nope, there is no record of him traveling overseas over the past few years. Hang on, Apollo, the one we suspect of stealing the Founder's Orb in Kurain wasn't the doctor. It's the one that requests the research to the doctor. Plus, he couldn't very well leave his reclusive child at home all alone. Then this really must be the crystal of Ami Faye. Yes, he stole it from the Anderson residence, probably so he could study it. This is the left hook I did not need. It just is easy to jump to conclusions, huh? I bet you never saw that coming, Apollo. Yeah, when Mr. Wright said the kid gloves were off, he wasn't kidding. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination. The doctor's dark secret. Let's just press everything. How exactly did Dr. Buff arouse the suspicion of the police anyway? Chalk it up to good old-fashioned sleuthing. After investigating countless artifact thefts over the past few years, the police finally zeroed in on him, and the doctor became their prime suspect. A number of those artifact thefts occurred in Kurain village too, if I might add. And they started right around the time the doctor moved there. But he was never arrested. I take it there was nothing concrete linking him to a crime. No, which is why we were never able to get a search warrant in the first place. It's hard to arrest artifact thieves unless you catch them red-handed. Still, the police had him under constant surveillance. Discovered. Are you sure these allegedly stolen artifacts are the real deal? They're not fakes, that's for sure. Take the urn for example. Apparently it's an extremely intricate work of art. You mean shattered, huh? Its design, cracks, and other features would be impossible to replicate perfectly. Yeah, how do you replicate an urn that fall and crack, huh? Actually, I've had a few run-ins with that urn myself. So I was shocked to see it there in the doctor's study. Yeah, I was shocked to seeing it there. Like, what was it doing there, huh? I can say without a doubt that that urn was stolen from the Faye clan. I see. Lieutenant Sky, please continue with your testimony, if you would. Stolen from the Faye clan. Were any other stolen artifacts found besides those belonging to the face? Yes, for instance, remember the last relief on the wall? Oh, that one, yeah. It was chiseled out of some ancient ruins in the kingdom of Kurain several years ago. Chiseled? Something that big? How did you get it past customs? Ch chiseled out? Didn't that damage it? Well, he did restore the parts that were so faded you could barely see them anymore. It seems he intended to return it someday, so one could say his intentions were good. But good intentions are no get-out-of-jail-free card, that's a fact. If I might add, with respect for the deceased, the quality of the restoration was apparently exceptional. It seems the doctor invested a lot of money in hiring an extremely talented specialist. He sounds like a good man who took a wrong turn somewhere. I guess Sarge takes after him in that way. Any further questions? If not, had these alleged thefts been going on for some time? At least 5 years, as far as we can tell. All the recent thefts had been local. But before moving to Kurain village, he had been stealing from ruins around the world. Dr. Buff was an international criminal. There's no way he's doing it on his own. He must have some support, somehow. A partner. This data lends itself to but one conclusion. Dr. Buff was a thief. Hang on, you're jumping into conclusion there. You claim he stole a family heirloom from the Atherton residence. But claiming something doesn't make it true. Unfortunately, it is true. How can you be so sure? A police report was filed concerning the theft. 1 year ago, in fact. What? A whole year ago? August 25th of last year, to be exact. The report states, and I quote, "The crystal of Amy Faye was discovered to be missing from the Atherton storehouse at 10 a.m. The storehouse lock had been picked." Signed, Paul Atherton Wimperson. There's a Wimperson in his name. Well, a year-old report certainly lends the plaintiff's claim credence. The doctor really could have stolen the crystal of Amy Faye. Not only that, Your Honor, but the founder's orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago. What do you mean? That is nearly a year after the crystal's theft was reported. Therefore, I believe we must consider the orb and the crystal to be two separate items. Oh. The founder's orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago. A year after crystal's... Wait, that doesn't mean this is the... That doesn't mean the crystal that is in the center of our dispute here is the crystal of Amy Faye. I mean, was there any picture of the crystal of Amy Faye? You know, it could be that this is actually the founder's orb, but you guys just mistook it as the crystal of Amy Faye because it is on Dr. Puff's belongings. The crystal of Amy Faye could be somewhere in the doctor's study, right? At least I hope so. Uh, Paul Atherton Wimperson. Not the most awe-inspiring tail end, is it? I see why he cut it. Not that he inspires confidence without it. Still, I'd probably do the same in his shoes. Paul Atherton Wimperson. A police report was filed about the Crystal staff a year ago, but the theft of the Founder's Orb was only reported a few weeks ago. So the Crystal's police report was filed way before the orb was found missing. That suggests the stolen relic is the Crystal of Amy Faye, as Mr. Atherton Wimperson asserts. I doubt the police report is a fake. After all, Emma is the one who submitted it as evidence. Still, I feel like something we learned in that police report is important somehow. Wait, what is... The report filed a year ago by one Mr. Paul Atherton Wimperson for the theft of the Crystal of Amy Faye. The Crystal of Amy Faye was discovered to be missing from the Atherton storehouse at 10 a.m. The storehouse lock had been picked. Paul Atherton Wimperson. What's weird about this? A report filed a year ago by one Mr. Paul Atherton Wimperson. Crystal of Amy Faye was discovered to be missing at 10 a.m. Kulain's national treasure, daughter hidden in the ruins before his untimely death. Don't you guys have any picture of the Crystal of Amy Faye or something? I've never heard of that crystal, and I've played this game like since the first game. So with the dragon and talk about blah 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 blah. Tower motive. Kulain founding period. Is that motive in the Founder's Orb somewhere? There is. Yo, there's that motive from Kulain founding period. Yo, if somehow we can link this evidence, you know, the motive, the yellow thingy over there, to this piece of evidence, Mitama motive from Kulain founding period, we can at least make people start to believe that this is the Founder's Orb. But there's nothing we can do, at least not right now. We just need to remember this when the question arises. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. Two Paul 711 from Doc Buff. I deciphered the patterns but have yet to crack the riddle. The opaque crystal orb is the key. He said it's the orb, but it is also crystal. So it could be Crystal of Amy Faye or the Founder's Orb. He didn't actually say that it is a Founder's Orb or Crystal of Amy Faye. It's not helping, at least not now. Oh. He couldn't get anything without these. Hang on. Police have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time. The artifact discovered in his study. Iron statue. This is the sentence I have to disprove. But he did before his untimely death. And over the founders of defined dragons. Camera, microphone. Opaque crystal orb is the key. It said crystal, but also said orb. This is confusing. Yellow and green two-tone design. At 10 a.m., storehouse lock has been picked. It says it's Kudaiin's national treasure, the daughter hidden in the ruins before his untimely death. Let me save the game first before something bad happens. He likely stole it from the Anderson residence. If only we can disprove that. It says the doctor hid it in the ruins before his untimely death, so maybe this one? Not that one. Never present evidence before you have a good grasp of the situation at hand. Phoenix, please look at yourself when you say that. Look in the mirror when you say that, Phoenix. Isn't this what you usually do? Don't you always get the penalty, huh? This is your way, Phoenix. This is how you do things. Not this one. Kusof Army Faye was discovered to be missing. 10 a.m. So her lock had been picked. I feel like something we learned in that police report is important somehow. Like what? Missing from the Atherton storehouse at 10 a.m. The lock had been picked. How is that important? Is there any info about lockpicking? Discovered to be missing from the Anderson storehouse at 10 a.m. Store lock had been picked. Can we just... Nope. Shut up, Phoenix. Not this one. You said it's found this orb. Not that one. So how does it contradict with the evidence, Mr. Justice? Justice. We need to prove that it was not stolen from the Anderson residence. Somehow. Is there anything in the book? Don't say anything wrong with the book. Maybe this one. Oh yeah, that's it. Load the game. Yeah, I always thought that the email is kinda sus. From Paul 711, I deciphered the patterns. I've yet to crack the riddle. Yeah, focus on the key. The doctor stole the relic from the plaintiff? Are you sure? Because that statement doesn't agree with a certain piece of evidence. What do you mean? Take a look at this. What about it? This contains an email from the doctor's computer. Email? In that little piece of plastic? I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, this stick here can store all sorts of computer data. I still don't get it. Judge, please, you should have known something about it. Don't your grandchild ever say something to you, huh? Yeah, just look at this. Apparently, the doctor was reporting his research findings to a certain individual. Now, take a look at this. It's a police report Detective Sky presented to this court. Wait, don't tell me. Was there a date here? No. And it says 24711 from Doc Buff. There's no date here. I'm not wrong. You can see the plaintiff's legal name on it. Paul Anderson Wimperson. It's Paul! He's Paul 711. Paul Anderson Wimperson. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're surprised to see with me. I can see why he dropped Wimperson from his name, but that's hardly breaking news. Look closer, Your Honor. Ah! He hits initials! Right. The plaintiff's full legal name is Paul Anderson Wimperson. Now consider this. The email's recipient address starts with 3 letters. PAW. Ah! Don't tell me. Oh, but I will anyway. The individual who hired the doctor to study the disputed item is none other than Paul Anderson Wimperson. Wait, then that means... Exactly. He wouldn't have asked the man who stole his family heirloom to study it. Therefore, how could this possibly be the crystal of Ami Faye? Oh yeah. You're so cool, Apollo. You're damn cool. We never checked the doctor's emails. We couldn't even figure out the password to his computer. The plaintiff willingly left the orb in the doctor's care so he could study it at the behest of his benefactor. Wait. Then what about the police report? I have all the details of the theft right here. It's probably from another relic, the real crystal of Ami Faye. He's using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually his stolen crystal. And how are you so certain that PAW refers to my client's initials? Maybe the email's recipient was a dog lover. Perhaps, so let's get to know your client a little better, shall we? Mr. Paul Anderson Wimperson. Replace his nameplate. I suppose shutting down detractors is all part of a politician's job. Answer me this, Mr. Anderson Wimperson. What is your birthday? It's written here, oh my god, 7-11. What is your birthday? My birthday is July 11th, but what's it to you? Oh, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. But, full disclosure, I only accept gifts valued at $1,000 or more. Holy shit. This guy. Hang on. I want to have a little snack. Look at Phoenix. Now make him sweating bullets. Did everyone hear that? Oh yeah, Apollo, nice. Ha ha ha. What was? That's all you can say, huh? You didn't comment anything. Hmm? Now we're getting somewhere. What do you mean not getting? You gotta be kidding me! Well, it's long, right? Of course. The game is never tired of this joke. That's a right is well, right, of course. Yeah, I did say that. Okay, I need to throw some trash. Hang on. Be back. Come back. Where's my drink? My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following in his footsteps. And if refusing him would have meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson, I doubt the kindly old man could have said no. Well, grandchildren are meant to be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for. Your Honor, please. I mean, it's been in the family for centuries. My grandfather thinks highly of my talents as a politician. Do politicians need talents, huh? Talent in what? Lying, huh? That's why he entrusts me with this very important name placard today. He cleans it. It's shining now. Abe Atterson. So I'm sure he would have been okay with me using the crystal as I saw fit. Grandpa's spoiled little brat. I think the judge is buying it, Apollo. No surprise there. He's always going on about his own grandchild, after all. Excuse me, can I leave now, Mr. Wright? I believe my work here is done. By all means, Detective Sky. Thank you for your assistance. You're welcome. It's nice to testify at a civil trial once in a while. See you around. It seems the facts have changed somewhat. Mr. Anderson Wimperson apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Mr. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed? Oh, alright, now what? Apollo, let's hear what they know about this so-called Crystal of Ami Faye. Maybe we can find some inconsistencies in their statements. Right. Okay then, Mr. Wright. If the item in question really is an Atherton family heirloom, then let's hear all your clients knows about it. Of course. Mr. Atherton Wimperson, please tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin. Alright, now then, listen and learn. This is the tale of the Crystal of Ami Faye and the illustrious history of the Atherton clan. You mean Atherton Wimperson? Huh? How come we've never heard of Crystal of Ami Faye from the previous games? Are you sure this is the real deal, huh? Our story begins back in the old country when the Atherton family reigned supreme. The illustrious history of the Atherton clan. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Ami Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. I am a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. Well, that devolved into a great load of self-aggrandizing propaganda. Fast. As you can see, the Crystal of Ami Faye is an heirloom of the esteemed House of Atherton. And you have proof that it has always been in the Atherton family? I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbor, one Ivy Shineto, age 85, gave the following statement. I've seen it. 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 I thought this is a pun, but I cannot find the pun. I have seen it. I've seen it. I'm not sure what the pun. I don't know. The Athertons showed me the crystal back when I was but a lad. Can we really trust the memory of an old man? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain that statement to the judge? Now we're gonna have to fight the judge. Oh, I didn't mean. What I'm trying to say is, never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day. Therefore, I find Mr. Ives Shineto's statement to be perfectly credible. Wow, did you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? That's definitely a trick I want up my sleeve. You're not helping, Athena. We are cross-examining him. The Illustrious History Attention Clan. Hang on. It's a name play card on this Abraham Ederson. He had it custom made during his distinguished political career. It's special because it was crafted from the finest Italian plastic. Really? Plastic? I wasn't aware the Italians were famous for their fine plastic. You can touch it if you want. No, I'm fine. Very well, I'll just continue with my testimony. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler, but he was also an eminent politician. So I take it the relationship with Fei Clan was a close one. A smooth and open line of communication with my entire electorate. That is the Paul Atherton way. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was asking about your ancestor. Whether it's about me or my ancestor, feel free to ask me anything you like. Transparency in government. That's the Paul Atherton way. More like dodging questions. That's the Paul Atherton way. The Atherton family protected the faith spirit mediums back then. Spirit mediums were targets of discrimination. Yes, some people even treated them like they were monsters. The transformation the mediums underwent when channeling spirits frightened the locals. Ah, that why? And then there were those who tried to use them. You mean they sought to control the channeling powers of the mediums? Discriminating against a minority is absolutely despicable. A vote for me is a vote to end discrimination. I vow to read it out wherever it may be. That is my promise to you. He's totally ignoring your questions. It's not your moderator at a political debate. Yeah, and only he cares about his talking points. As thrilling as your campaign is, could we please get back to your testimony? As you wish. Now then, as for the crystal of Amy Faye, I think this is the place where we can try to disprove. But let's press it first. You said she had it made, so then it was made in Japan? That's right. They say she hired a famous craftsman to make it. And they say it's quite valuable too. And you were going to take such a priceless family heirloom and just give it to your patron? That's so typical of you ignorant common types. Making difficult decisions when the chips are down is what being a politician is all about. But only when it's in service of your own political career, you mean. The crystal is a testament to my ancestors' remarkable achievements. And furthermore, I am descendant of that great lord. So tell me, Mr. Anderson Wimperson, are you famous in Kudain village? Who is this Mr. Wimperson or Miss Wimperson side? You could say that, but I find my popularity to be rather bemusing. Bemusing? Yes, my campaign posters keep going missing as soon as I put them up. My avid supporters and female fans are likely taking them home to hang in their bedrooms. You have such confidence. I guess ignorance really is bliss. All this only proves my fine lineage. I'm sorry, but isn't all that relevant to the issue of the relic's rightful owner? Have you never heard of kingcraft? No? Kingcraft is the art of ruling as a king. My father drilled it into my head from a young age. And one of its precepts states, ruin awaits a ruler who responds to every single issue posed by the masses. Well, that answered my question about what he meant by king of this nation. Progress. Apollo, who's this Amy Faye anyway? I believe she was the founder of the Kudain channeling technique. The plaintiff claimed she had the crystal made for his ancestor. That would mean it was made in Japan, right? Yes, I suppose it would. Where is it? This is it, Mitama Morte from Kudain. Founding period. You stated that Ami Faye had the crystal made for your ancestor. So am I to assume it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there. What are you talking about? It's quite obvious. Take a look at the distinctive design here. According to Dr. Puff, it's a Mitama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Kudain. The Kingdom of Kudain, And you base this on... Here. This piece of evidence, Your Honor. These are the doctor's research notes on the founder's orb. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as the one found on the orb. They do look like the same pattern. Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Kudain. Your navel is broken. The Kudain channeling technique originated in the Kingdom of Kudain. An army face known to have traveled there to train. Wait, so the kingdom of Khurain is still new, huh? With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her? But since this is clearly a Khurainese design, not even you can deny the possibility that was made there in the kingdom of Khurain. Anything's possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. So you can't conclude that the orb is from Khurain based solely on that pattern. If it were that simple, I could just as easily say it's Japanese. I have to agree with Mr. Wright. What do you mean? The pattern alone proves nothing. Ah. But that also means there's no basis to claim the item in dispute was made in Japan either. At this rate, we're going nowhere fast. Ah, he's right. We're just spinning our wheels here. I wonder if we have any evidence that could break this stalemate. Let me check. Current essential location, Dada hid it in the ruins before his untimely death. Is there anything in here? No, there's no motive. There's nothing in here. Nope, I don't think I do. Evidence that could break this stalemate. Ah, we have to. Not this one. There's nothing here. There's no logo or something. Book. There's nothing in the book. There's gotta be something. If not, we're going nowhere. I don't want for client founding period. I've yet to crack the riddle. Can I just save this first? We have to have one, if not we're going nowhere. When there's something that explicitly states this thing is made in Khurain. No, not that. Better than that. Where is the key? Don't see anything in here. I'm putting too much hope in that picture. I don't know, does not exist. Does not exist. There doesn't seem to be anything we can use. At least not at this point. Well, unless we find something, this trial won't be going anywhere. Whew, that's much better. What's his deal? I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic? What? I'm afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright. Consider the Oath Transfer Agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Oath to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, Mr. Wright? While you were on your little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Puff's accident. And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. See? I know it. I know it. Phoenix case is always a murder. What? Murder? Mr. Wright, you do realize such statements are not to be made lightly. Are you suggesting the doctor was murdered by the Defiant Dragons? Yes, but follow me on this for a sec. The books that came tumbling down were from the archaeology itself. However, among that mountain of books was a single volume on psychology. Where? Which one? Which one is the psychology book? Which one? I cannot read the title. Huh? This can just make stuff up. I cannot making stuff there from things I cannot examine. What's more, there was some blood on it. Was that the one with title on psychology? There's no title in that book. And you feel this is important because the books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf, the archaeology books. We know this because the doctor's books were meticulously organized by subject. Archaeology took up the entire shelf, so that psychology book is completely out of place. Come to think of it, the shelves were arranged quite carefully. It's also worth noting that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. You might wonder why a book on psychology was found amid the pile of archaeology books. Why indeed? Why does the doctor have both books in archaeology and psychology? Isn't he studying relics? Why would he need a book on psychology? But I believe I can explain what that single out-of-place book was doing there. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. And that's when the blood got on the book? Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology books. Well, wait a second. This is all just speculation, right? Or do you have proof that it was murder? Of course I do. It's kind of weird seeing his smile from the other side. From the other side of the bench. Usually it's on the left side, not the right side. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Sky examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he had been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what? A wound like that couldn't have resulted from a fall to the floor, you know. Do you understand what this means, Mr. Justice? The wound makes it crystal clear that Dr. Fluff was murdered. What? Well, that was unexpected. Who would have thought we'd break under the stalemate like this? He pulled the ladder right out from under us. Still, if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got another thing coming. Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think it was the Defiant Dragons? You should know better than her baseless accusations. Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? Huh? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witness and evidence, did you? Actually, I did. Sorry, Phoenix, but I did. What are you talking about? I would like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Specifically, I would like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene. He saw what? If he can prove it was murder, that's the end of our client's right to the orb. Did he have this up his sleeve the whole time? How could Mr. Wright do this to us? He was just waiting to spring this trap. This trial has taken another unexpected turn. But I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify the murder weapon. The object used to commit the murder was not located at the scene of the crime. The murder likely disposed of it elsewhere. Wait, now we have an autopsy report. Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of murder at a civil trial. Alright, Mr. Anderson Wimperson, your testimony, if you please. Prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by charismatic oration forged in the crucible of campaign battles. The rebels run. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. Adabal. He was running out of the front door. It was around 10 at night. Surely that has been him fleeing the scene of the crime. Hey, 10 to 11. Is in the corner of an identified object? Why does it specifically say the corner? Do we have that object? Don't tell me it's this thing. You can see there are blood on it. Is it really this orb? That's the murder weapon? I vote for me to end such violence. That is my promise to you. So, the plaintiff saw a possible suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence. And it was within the window of the estimated time of death. That's admirable. What in the world were you doing there then? Updated photo. seems Mr. Arnold was loitering about Kurain village that day. Loitering? Only loitering about? Yeah, where's my candy? I like to have my Mentos. Hmm. What? What do you mean there was evidence? You mean the suitcase? Yeah, the suitcase. Why, you backstabber? Why are you doing this to me? Council slash defense. Panda slash win. Huh. Oh my god, he's going to make a free food campaign, a free food program, free food, Anderson free food. Oh my god, I can see it now. He cares for the starving children, that's why he's gonna make a free food program. He's under the tree? I can't believe he can point it out. Yes, it is. There's something you can. Under the tree when I saw Mr. Arable. Not yet. Really not yet. Plebeian. Yes, it is. Just add everything to the testimony. Dalam. Terus Ibu Toyo nggak datang atau ya? Ya oke. Ada undangannya nggak?
Undangannya di WA kok.
Ya coba Ibu forward ke aku deh. Yes, of course. If you want people to vote for you, just tell me how you're gonna do it. He's thinking about it right now, and he can't find the answer. Do the show and some well. Maybe this one, but let me take a look at other evidence as well. Alhamdulillah. Could be this one. Or this one. I think it's this one. Yeah. Mr. Anderson Wimperson. Rather than Mr. Adabal. Wasn't there something else that should have had your undivided attention? Like what? Oh yes, of course. Yeah. He's sleeping. Mr. Atterson Wimperson. You're still sleeping. The judge has to yell. Yeah. Huh? How dare he fall asleep? There are many sides to any issue. What did I ever do to deserve this? In any case, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness testimony. Mr. Anderson Wimperson, did you really see Mr. Adabal? Yes. He just walks away, just like that. Where do you think you're going? Oh, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I had already answered the question. This isn't some small town hall debate, so you just stay right there until I say we're through. I have to run that by my campaign manager before I... Mr. Anderson Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. Huh? So then, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Adabal? As your lawyer, Mr. Anderson Wimperson, I advise you to divulge that matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Are you sure about this? I'm in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry, you won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal. Blowback? I'm not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright. Not to worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this, I promise. Now then, Mr. Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? No, I don't. Come to think of it... Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? About that, whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. Wait, you're not saying that? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was my client, Mr. Paul Anderson Wimperson. Then why didn't you just say so? What? You don't say. So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen, quite admirably, if I may say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is, supporting it anonymously. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when a client discovered the body? Who? Oh, you mean Mr. Arabal? He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Yeah, he would have already left. What do you mean he's still there? He was not there. Wait, that means... Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Annabelle fleeing the scene of a heinous murder. And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Annabelle looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know the Defiant Dragons threatened the Doctor with bodily harm. And now that they killed him, the so-called Oath Transfer Agreement is null and void. Apollo, if you don't come with some sort of counter-argument, and what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Adapol who killed the Doctor? That move had desperate written all over it. Yeah, this is how we roll, Tina. It's all I've got, so I'm going with it. Evidence? I suppose it's true that I don't have any. I knew it! But I do have another witness. You do? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Adable's guilt. Who is this witness? Yeah, I wonder who it could be. Did we meet another NPC around here? The court will take a brief recess. Oh my god, we take a recess. Wait, I still have about 15 minutes before I have to end the stream. Oh wait, it's not the end of the first chapter. I mean, not the end of the first part. Oh, so whoever this new witness is, it's not gonna be long, huh? Wow, I knew Mr. Rat would put up a tough fight, but yeah, just when I thought we had him, he turned the tables on us. He really is the Turnabout Terror. Hey, I like that name, Turnabout Terror. We can't let him blindside us again. Looks like they've got me again. 3 times in 1 year. That's a new record. Ha 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 ha. That's, please, no more new records. Or bad puns while you're at it. It's hard enough trying to help you as it is. Roger that. I'll be more careful next time. But you didn't kill anyone, not in Kurain, right? Your crime in Kurain was just escaping prison and then bailing out that lady. I believe, yeah. That is what Mr. Wright said. True. Did you really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night? Sure did. Can't remember the exact time though. All I know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. Someone put it in his head that we rebels are dangerous. That's why he threw me out. So the doctor was still alive when Dust last saw him. We'll still have to prove it though. Better brace yourself, son. The next witness testimony could make or break this case. Yeah, I know. Hey, where's Trucy? She went to go see her dad. Maybe she's still mad. More like worried. Worried that this trial will create a rift between you two. And that you might then leave the agency. She has an active imagination. Excuse me, the trial will be resuming shortly. Well, let's go see what new testimony awaits us. Yeah. Oh boy. Alright, court is back in session. That's alright. You said you had a witness. Your Honor, I would like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand. What? Wait, you can't mean that Sarge is here? You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How did you get him to cooperate? Nothing a little persuasion couldn't handle. This poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer. Getting a kid like that to overcome his fear. Now that's impressive. This must be a really important testimony for the kid to come out in public like this. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please call your witness to the stand. Let me guess, it's a chopper. See, it is the chopper. Oh my! Sergeant Buff at your service, sir! He is here as the drone? Really? Mr. Wright, what exactly is the meaning of this? Past trauma has rendered it impossible for the witness to venture into public. Leaving home was hard enough, and it seems leaving the witness lobby was just too much. But I would still like to continue with testimony delivered via this drone. I understand it must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But testimony via a remote control toy? Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes. Just who's piloting this trial anyway? The judge sure warmed up to the idea fast. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up. You disappoint me, Corporal Justice. Ah! Defending the man who killed Papa? That's full on treason, soldier! I hereby demote you back to private! Corporal? Private? What's he talking about, Apollo? It's a long story. Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster? Lock and loaded, sir. Ready to rain lead down upon the perpetrator. Ha 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 ha. What happened that evening? Papa met with someone that the night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground, as I had already mounted my siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated Tuts getting ejected from the premises. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it. So he was thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he? Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw really must have been the fleeing Mr. Adebar. Yo, Dads. Objection! What, you backstabbing? No good. I didn't kill no one. It's the enemy. Ready all missiles. Wait, he shot the missile. Ha 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 ha. Capitalist pig. I'll turn you the pork stroganoff. And that's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon. Whoa, it fires missiles too. Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice. Oh yeah. Your father met with someone. Could you be more specific? No, I was in the midst of a crucial defensive siege operation. Right. You're referring to how you don't leave your room, correct? You never know where the enemy might be lurking outside the siege perimeter. What about, you know, school? Oh, I don't go to boot camp. I'm a soldier. Sergeant doesn't associate with rookies still too green to fight. With a kid like this, I bet that the puff won't be getting any rest in the afterlife either. Apollo, that's kind of mean. It was very brave of you to come to the courthouse today. But what was that you said about the siege defense? Oh, that, well... Sarge, I've always wondered, who or what are you battling? That's classified. If it's so, it may be relevant to this case. I don't know if you're the right person to be asking about things like that. That's right. Such matters need to be handled with a certain delicacy. Oh, I guess curiosity got the better of me. You're all talk and no action, soldier. Out on the battlefield, it ain't the number of pretty words in your repertoire, but the number of bullets in your gun belt that counts. Easy way to say. The other one is all of them. What was the argument about? I heard things like, "Where's the orb?" and Are you defiant dragons really criminals?" It sounded a little volatile, like a war might break out any second. So the two of them had an argument when Dats came to get the orb. Did you see or hear anything else? Yeah, I heard them arguing, and then silence. How was Mr. Adabo acting? Like a Congo troop, like a Congo trooper retreating with his tail between his legs. A trooper? Well, I guess he does dress like he's in the military. I bet those two would have really hit it off had they met under different circumstances. Yeah, I can see that. And so, the defeated soldier was expelled, but that wasn't the end. The man lingered around. That's weird, I thought Dad just ran away. Are you sure he lingered around? He kept hiding behind trees and telephone poles and stealing glances at our house. Well, he couldn't exactly leave without the orb. I bet he was angry that he had been kicked out. But you keep your front door unlocked. If so, then anyone could have got in. That's true. Papa didn't keep our house locked up. He said there was no need because there were only good people in Kudain village. But he ended up dead anyway. Only a monster could do what they did to my kind, trusting Papa. There will be no mercy. I vow swift and terrible revenge. I vow swift and terrible vengeance. I'll comfort bomb the killer with everything in my arsenal. Fire! Well, I sympathize with you, witness. You will refrain from fighting Gatling guns in this court. So that's too. And just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. I wonder why he hang around after being thrown out. I hate to say this, but if Dats is proven to be the killer, we'll lose the orb to the plaintiff. So our only option is to prove the Defiant Dragons had nothing to do with the murder. Papa waited someone the night he died. Kudain's national treasure. Either this one or this one. You grab and kill my papa and start doing later. I thought there was a back door, but I can't see the back door in here. Hmm. What could it be? I could have already found us up if I will come to no harm. Hmm. Hmm. Several heard of hemorrhaging into being stuck on the back of the head, the corner of an identified object. Hmm. 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 No. Kill your papa in the study. Just getting injected. He lingered around the perimeter for some time. Hmm. I don't know. Ah. I wonder why he hung around if he's being thrown out. Because if it was to be a killer. Prove the defined dragons had nothing to do with the murder. Cause I hate it. You're gonna know how. Why did Daz hang around? A picture of my brother Justice. Linger around the kind of matter. Why did that ring go around? Why did Daz linger around? Can't find anything. I have no idea. Totally no idea. Which evidence we haven't presented? Nope. I don't know which penalty hurts more, the judges or the singing. And that one says this one. I thought he ran away. The opaque crystal orb is the key. I have no idea. You know what? I'll just save the game and finish it next time because I have no idea. Okay, that's it. So with that, I'll be ending the stream. Narrate someone. Inky imp. Oh my god, it's a
You're
fancy
assuming
case.
my pronouns are he, him. That's offensive.
Actually, that bitch.
That's offensive.
Yeah, you're assuming my assumption is no better.